Hello and welcome back to Wildsunne Art Studio. My name is Robinsunne, and I was remembering I used to have my name down here so you could see how it's spelled, but it's spelled like that. Anyway, that's me, and you are you. And I was doing some work. Let me turn this off there. That changes the light a little bit. On a kit for my Etsy shop. And I think you can see these okay. So these are going to be papers. Let me take it out of the shiny. Oh no. These are going to be papers that we can, that you can print out, but me too, because I get to play with this too. And then we can fold them together so that they become, journal pages. And there are a bunch of them. So there's this one, and there's this one. Look at the little flowers. These were all the flowers I was drawing yesterday that I kept talking about on my Instagram. And so this is kind of a special set, partially in that there are lots of flowers. So flowers and flowers. Look at these. Check these out. Look at that one. That's the one I think I put on my Instagram yesterday. That's the other one. And, oh, here's the dandelion that I put on last night. So, this is a great set because it has all these flowers, but it's also a really fun set because it has all these lines for journaling, because some of us really love making journals that we can write in. I write a ton and I make plans about everything. So I had to be drawing all these lines. Now I used a cheat. So this is a video about how I've gone about making the kit, because I think it's really fun to have a kit to play with, and it's really fun using other people's artwork, but it's also really totally groovy to make your own. It's very empowering. So this is how I did it. I have a light box, which you can see right here. This is, by the way, going to be one of the backers. I think I'm going to have my tech wizard lighten this up a little bit so it's not quite so dark, so it'll make a really good background paper so you could draw pictures on it. We'll do a screen thing. I don't really know how she's going to do that. She's the genius, not me. I mean, in that way. But anyway, when I was doing these lines, what I did was on my light box, I slipped this yellow lined paper underneath this paper and I just traced them. So this is the thing that happens when you don't use a computer and you do use your hands. You see the little bump right there. So clearly I was breathing funny, and there's another bump right there. So so that's a thing. And it has to be okay with you that there are some imperfections. But I think we actually live in an art world these days that everything having totally straight edges is not a must. It's not a demand. So what I've been noticing, and I was doing some more drawing today because I want this kit to have, let me take this off. I want this kit to have a set of tags. So, can you see these? So I just marked out, shapes. And this is all done in pencil, and I have little chit marks for the measurements and all that stuff. And then this is my real paper. And I've just got it placed down with tape. And by the way, what you do with tape is you take regular tape, but you put it on your hand, and just the oil on our hands helps de-stick, and it kind of turns it into washi tape, that doesn't have a lot of super stick, which is great, because then you don't tear your papers. So I'm going to turn the light on, and yeah, you can see this okay. There. So I was drawing here, and I have these long lengths to draw right here. Sometimes these little short lengths right here are pretty easy to draw, but these long ones, I had a whole bunch of tea this morning, and it was pretty strong tea because it had been sitting in the pot for a minute, and I am perchance a little, sort of revved up. So, that's interesting. But it makes my hand a little wiggly sometimes when I do that. So I didn't plan this morning's activities, maybe, perchance, as well as I might have. So I have a trick, and I wanted to teach you. This is the whole point of this video. I wanted to teach you how I do that. So I think you can see this is going to be a little short tag right here. I'm going to draw flowers on these, but not yet. I wanted to sort of block out the tags first. And I started drawing, and when I first set up this page, I was going to leave like a 16th of an inch between all the tags. And then I thought, oh, I don't really know that I need that. But then I started drawing, and I thought, no, because you can't really cut exactly on the line. And so I wanted to make it so that you could cut out and have this like a 1/32 of an inch of white around where the black line is, which means I'm going to have to draw these tags inside the lines that they are. So I didn't figure that out until I'd actually started drawing. So I'm changing my mind a lot. But that's okay, because you can do your own thing when you're drawing your own stuff. So anyway, I have these long lines, and I have a little too much caffeine in my fingers. And yet I have a trick. And the trick is for me to control my breath while I'm doing the long lines. And it's actually a little easier for me to draw on an out breath. So I actually, blow out the entire length of the line while I draw. Then I take a new breath and blow out. Yeah, somehow the movement of my lungs makes my hand a little more unsteady. But controlling, if it's all on an out breath, then my lungs are doing the same movement in the same direction. I'm pushing my lungs in and the air out, and it doesn't joggle my hand. So let me do a quick, yes. So like this. So I've got this long line right here, okay? And I have to draw inside so that I have space between the cards, so I can't talk and blow out at the same time. Hold on. God, my hand is really jiggly. Wait, let me do a short one. You can't really hear, I don't think. Oh, man. There we go. Oops. There. Yeah, I'm a little bit afraid to put a whistle on the outblow because I don't want to get too many things going on in my mind because I'm really trying to draw a straight line. This line was a little wiggly. But anyway, that's my trick, and I wanted you to know. And the other trick I have for when I drink too much caffeine and my hand gets wiggly is to draw using kind of garbled lines to begin with. I don't think these are a good set. I wonder if this is. Yes, this is a good one. So I draw lines like these where I mean my drawing to be a little askew. If you've ever seen a leaf, you know, like a tall. I have some daylilies just beginning to come out of the earth right now, and they have these tall leaves that actually are even skinnier than that. But when you look at a leaf like that, sometimes they twist. Here's a piece of ribbon. So imagine that's a leaf, and sometimes they twist. So you see what you see with your eye is a wide space, a very narrow space, and then a wide space again up here. So kind of looks like this. A little bit like a figure eight. So I use that on purpose to draw these lines that are skinny and then wide, then they go back to skinny, and then they go back to wide, as if you're looking at a flattish vine or leaf that's twisting as it grows a little bit. It helps give a little dimension. Also, life is wildly imperfect. And look. So this is the black and white drawing. I can't remember if I've got this out on an Etsy shop or not. And I did this on white paper, and then I colored it. It looks like I did this with markers. I wonder if I did part of it with colored pencil, part of it with markers. Anyway, I colored them. And then I copied. This is a copy. I can tell there's no real, sense of lines on it. And it's a little pale and weird in places. So I know that this is a copy. I think I did this at Staples. This is really good color, better than my machine can get. So anyway, yeah. So that's what you do. You get the coloring sheet and you color it, and then you copy the coloring sheet. So I hope you will do that with this kit, that you can get the papers, put one thing on one side and the other thing on the other side, so you've got lots of writing pages, and kind of mix and match so you have really different pages in your signatures. And then I'll give you maybe one more page of back or something. Yeah. So I just wanted to share that breath thing because it helped me gain confidence about having a good drawing hand, even if it's not super, super steady. And there are ways that I can make it be a little bit more steady. So my blessing and wish for you today is that you are as strong and steady as you need to be in your life, which you are because it's your life. So of course you are this strong. I was having this conversation the other day with somebody. And, I became a single parent 20 odd years ago, and I knew I couldn't possibly do that. And yet I did that. And I had to It was real alchemy. I had to be changed. I had to find the place in me that could trust myself to make some amazingly tough decisions about, everything: schooling, health, well being, everything. And it was all on me. And I did it, and I did a good job. So I know, because I did that, I know you can do that too. So there is all the strength and steadiness in your life that you need. And wherever it isn't, may that be a blessing and a learning place and an opening of new doors you never expected that are contain miracles for you. Have fun making art all the time, every day. And I'll see you next time. Bye.